So it's interesting. I'm just looking, Willie Geist, at the president and watching him handle this situation. And I think it speaks for itself, whatever it is that he's doing, as we repeatedly ask for evidence, and the head of the Intel Committee says there is none. And clearly the president could have called and gotten the evidence that morning if he wanted to. This is how he handles, this is how he makes decisions. How he wants to level something out, and this is how he plays it out. And when Americans are considering their health care and other things that pertaining to them, that this president, you have to look at how this president works and try and translate how that actually will impact your life, like this health care bill, how it will actually impact your life and whether or not you really want that. Very hard to understand exactly what he's saying. And, you know, aside from accusing him of lying, this is how he operates. Yeah. This type of editing and moving around in circles and kind of slipping around things instead of saying, I don't have the evidence on this, I was wrong, I read an article, the article was wrong.
And just so we're all clear, that was the chairman of the House Intel Committee. That wasn't some wild-eyed backbencher. That was the chairman of the House Intel Committee saying there was no wiretap. So we can wait for Director Comey to tell us for sure, but that's pretty significant that you have the chairman there saying that. But let me just quote one other thing, because Donald Trump last night talking to Tucker went a long way to say, I put wiretap in quotes that could mean a lot of things. No. On that list of March 4th tweets, he writes, I bet a good lawyer could make a great case out of the fact that President Obama was tapping my phones in October. No quotes whatsoever. He made a direct accusation against President Obama that his phones had been tapped by a sitting president.
The other thing is that they keep the House continuously is quoting, and the president did it again there, other news sources. Not intelligence. He hasn't mentioned actual intelligence that he has. He quotes other news sources. But they're also misquoting those news sources. They've quoted the BBC on this too. And actually what the BBC's reporting was that there were 2 Russian banks that were being surveilled. And it is possible that in the context of surveilling those Russian banks may have had conversations with associates of the Trump campaign. That is totally different from saying that President Obama ordered the wiretapping of Trump Tower.
This is really important.
Totally different things.
It is important. It's all important because he's president of the United States and everything a president says is important. But we have got to stop acting so surprised at his behavior.
I'm not surprised.
This is his pattern for his entire professional life, since he began as a developer in New York, with the phrases, the spin, the misdirection. Perhaps next week we'll hear some very interesting items. There are certain things that he can't talk about. All these phrases, he could be talking about a building deal that he's reneging on. Instead, he's talking about this. But what he's doing is damage to his own presidency, because the main ball game here is health care. And by keeping the light on this problem, he's taking it off of health care.
There's a bigger game here. I mean,